Stand or?
Okay.
Okay, then we sit together.
Yeah. Håll med handen.
So we got about 10 minutes or something.
Yeah,
Is that
perfect.
okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So we are the channel called One Rock TV.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so let's start. If you don't mind. Okay, this is your another time. I don't actually, I can't count.
Was it the third time
Your
with
four-
Hypocrisy?
It's the second
fourth
time.
or fifth.
No,
Second
it's-
time in Russia.
No.
We played
But it
once.
depends on what you're talking about. I mean,
Hypocrisy. Yeah, Hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Was it
With
only
Hypocrisy, we have played one time before
No,
in
two
Moscow.
times.
No?
Two
One-
times.
One time.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure.
All right. Anyhow.
We played Moscow, we played Kiev, Moscow, and then we played in St. Petersburg.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's it. That's what we have done in Russia.
And this is the last gig of this tour.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
And we're going to tour North America in May, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you please say something about the concept and the whole stuff of the latest album, The Taste of the Because I mean, this is quite unusual and a very interesting album,
Yeah.
both lyrics-wise and
Yeah.
musically as well.
Yeah, it's me and Michael mainly did all the music, and it just came from. I mean, we started writing for the album right after the Virus album came out, but we just had so many other things to do, and so we just took a long, nice break for us, but still writing music and stuff, So it was just 3.5 years of ideas that we put together, for this album, and also with lyrics, it was more just different kind of topics, nothing unusual, about the extraterrestrial, about mass murders, about religion, just different things.
Okay, speaking about lyrics, Sweden is quite quiet country, and
Yeah.
problem-wise, I mean, there's no wars, there's no any crime.
Yeah, it is,
or
but
no-
it maybe not so
murder.
much. Yeah.
Where's your inspiration coming?
I think everywhere, there's always crazy people in every country, when it comes to psychos and mass murders, and not only that, there's always bad things in all countries, So.
How did your Florida past influence you? I mean, both, again,
Yeah.
music-wise, because Florida is kind of the home of death metal
Yeah.
in America, and lyrics-wise, because America is the kind of the country where with a lot of problems, mass murders, serial killers and stuff
Yeah.
like that, with manics and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, the American scene really influenced me, because I lived there from '88 to '91 when, the death metal started blooming up, so it was definitely, the Florida metal, all the American metal, during then that was happening that influenced me. I mean, same with you, I think.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I grew up with D-side Morbid 89, 90, that was a big thing for me, So, I mean, that's been a big influence for me when I started to write music for Hypocrisy and everything, So.
How many of you guys are involved in writing process of Hypocrisy songs?
Well, on the new album, it was just.
Yeah, it's
you and
actually me and Peter, yeah.
Yeah, but we've always been doing songs
Yeah.
together,
And I mean, we have a really
Either
good, we have a really good. I mean, when we come together, and I have some riffs, and
We
some
have
things
some
that
riffs.
we put together,
Yeah,
it works fucking so great, it's so smooth, in the studio and everything, So it's a
It's a good team.
really good team,
Yeah,
I would say. I mean, it's so.
I mean, on the Virus album, there was also Andreas,
Yeah.
coming with ideas, and also Jorge came with ideas, But
Musical ideas.
yeah, and I think that album is probably the only one really that everybody was involved in one song or something. We all split it up, like different ideas. But I mean, in the past, Lars, he did a lot of good riffs as well.
Yeah.
He was a better guitar player than drummer, and he wrote really crazy stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I always wonder that you guys, I mean, back home in Sweden, feels like probably not enough to be involved in one kind of music. I mean, I was quite pleasantly surprised when I heard Lucifer by Jochen Edlund from Team Up. And I mean, the stuff he wrote along with his dark and gloomy and heavy music with Team Up. The same stuff with you, Pure.
Okay.
I mean, Pain.
Yeah.
It's kind of metal disco music.
Yeah.
You know, along with your dark, gloomy, and heavy, and
Yeah. I mean,
so music with.
it's just different kind of music style mixed into one. You know, it was for me. It was mainly just to. I had to create my own band to learn how to produce the music, and that you know I wanted to learn about samples and loops and all kinds of stuff that I was not used to. You know, because I was mainly working with the death metal bands all the time. You know, so it was good for me as a producer to start the Pain project. You know, and from the beginning it was not supposed to become what it became. You know, it was just mainly for me to get other ideas out. You know, I mean we did that also with the Abyss. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
We had some black metal ideas, you know, but we didn't feel that it fitted to Hypocrisy.
Yeah.
So we had to create another band to get it out of our systems, all the ideas, you know.
It's maybe it's in a Swedish air or something like that. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the vodka. I don't know.
What's your favorite process? I mean, songwriting or producing the bands or recording the bands in the studio or playing live or stuff like that? Because I mean, you're involved in so many things.
Yeah. I mean, for us, it's great when we write an album, we're happy
exactly.
with it, and then go out on tour and meet the people, you know, and see the reaction of the audience and stuff like that. So it goes hand in hand. It's not only one thing that's the most fun. You know, it's everything.
It's hard
around.
to say. I mean, it's also. I mean, when you sit in the studio and you come up with new things, you know, and you create things, you know, and and of course it's hard to say what's the best thing. But I mean, of course, when it comes to live recording, you know, live.
Yeah.
Go play live, you know. It's of course. I mean, you see the reaction from the people. I mean, of course, it's
almost as good as sex. Or the opposite.
Yeah, almost.
Sex is almost as good as standing on
exactly.
stage.
Yeah.
In you got you're on the studio, and what the criteria to, I mean, for the band to be to have the chance to be produced by you guys and to record.
No, I think it's the most relaxing thing, you know, for us, you know, Hypocrisy. You know, we can work, we can take our time. You know, Peter got a studio, and we can sit down and instead of we have a time pressure, you know, and we want to work on our own, you know, and make it as good as possible, you know, and don't have a pressure or something like that, you know, and that's what we have been doing, you know. And Peter is a fucking great producer, you know, and he knows what he's doing, and
sometimes.
So it's a really good. We have found the way to do it. So it's.
And in the past it was crazy because we had to book time in the studio because
exactly.
I was so busy with other bands and stuff, and that's why I really don't do too much productions anymore. It's more to be flexible and can be able to go out on tours and stuff like that. Just grab your shit and leave, you know. Otherwise, when you have so many bands, it's then you have to stay there and record. So it's much better now, you know, for the band, you know, that we are more flexible to do things, you know.
From your point of view, what is the biggest difference between Florida death metal scene and Sweden or European death metal, and what is there any difference?
Yeah, it is. I think American is more complex playing and stuff like that. European is more, I don't know. It's a little bit more basic, kind of, you know. While the American style is more, much more complex and more riffs and more tones and stuff, and they usually are always the most ultra brutal. They always try to push the limit of their playing and also of their, everything around it. You know, they really try to be the craziest, you know. While we're just trying to write good music, you know. I think.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I suppose to mean Swedish metals.
Yeah.
Because
Same with this.
there's a
Yeah.
big difference between Scandinavia. I mean,
Yeah.
for example, to German one.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that the greatest metal comes from Scandinavia during what's the care or something.
I don't know. I think, you know, like Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, and bands like that. That's the shit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucking
absolutely.
great.
I mean,
You know.
No, no. Okay. What is the state of, from your point of view, of a Swedish rock and metal scene? Is it? I mean, is it getting better or worse comparing to the state of decaying or?
I think it's the same as it's always been.
I mean, I would say, I mean, I'm very proud. I mean, we have so many bands, good bands in Sweden that came out, you know, and that are successful and stuff like that, you know. And I mean, the population is not that big, you know, in Sweden. We are like 8 million people or 9 million people, you know. And so I'm very glad that we have that kind of music scene in Sweden. I mean, that's really great. I think
It's not so big crowds in Sweden.
No,
you know? It's never
but
been either, you know. But it's most of the people in the crowd are either in a band or something.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So I mean, it's nice, you know. We did this Swedish tour. Now we done it, you know, and it was okay, you know. We didn't really expect too much, but it turned out really good. So I mean, it's not like going to Germany or anywhere else in Europe or in America, you know. It's small, you know, but it's good.
But it's good. Yeah.
I still got kind of support from government or any other organization. I mean, money-wise or I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, they support you when you grow up. You know, when you're like 6 years, 7 years old. You know, you get the music lessons. You know, you can learn to play the flute in the beginning. You know, and then next year you play guitar. You know, and they support you like 100%. You know, so I mean that's I think. That's I don't know how it is in other countries. I don't know exactly how it is everywhere, you know. But I mean, we have a really good system for to learn music, you know. And I think that's one of the things that we have so many good musicians and good bands in Sweden. I think if you look at the population.
Yeah.
And your biggest influences, please.
I mean, for this music, you know, it's definitely Deicide, you know, and Morbid Angel, and
I mean,
and Entombed.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. I mean, '89. I mean, that was a big year.
Yeah.
I think, you know, Morbid Angel, Deicide, like you said, Entombed, and Carcass, you know, and I mean, they were setting the standard, the basic for this kind of music, I think.
Yeah. And so also
it was very important moment, you know. And of course, I mean, Slayer. I mean, that's. I mean,
but that was the first thing that.
That was the first thing that started this kind of scene, I think. You know, so. So of course there are many bands, but I mean it's.
When you were just very young kids, and then there wasn't any Slayer or stuff like that.
Yeah.
There was
Kiss, Venom.
like Abbott or
No, it was Kiss and Venom
Kiss,
and
Venom.
you know, Judas Priest and all that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Handen på.
Yes, and the last but not the least, Pierre, the question from our viewers.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
About your tattoos. You got a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
What's the last one? Or probably
On my dick.
most precious one.
My dick.
Well, I can't.
I can't show that now.
Yeah.
I have to drink more first.
How much?
No, but that's true.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thank you.
And the very last question: what are the plans for Hypocrisy? I mean, after your spring/summer North American tour, what's next? What can we expect then?
Festivals.
From
We're gonna do some festivals, you know, in the summer, and then we're gonna hopefully go to South America in September. That's the plan right now, you know. But I mean, things can change, you know. We probably gonna go do other things as well, you know. But that's the plans we have right now, you know.
And then start writing
Up
for a
to
new
date.
album.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's always good to write all the time too. To
Yeah,
have ideas when
that's
you
right.
need them. You
You
know.
already got any ideas? I mean, was
In the head,
next album
I have a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
ideas
me
in the
too.
head.
I mean,
you know.
I can't wait to start to write for the new album, you know. It feels good, you know. It's look forward to it.
great. So we wish you very success. Could you please say something to the guys who are watching you, who will be watching you?
Well, what's the
One Rock TV.
One Rock? Ska vi köra motion eller?
Sure.
Hi, this is Peter and Michael, and you're watching One Rock.